Hi, Jason Luber here with breaking news at 9:18. I'm sorry to break into Scripps programming there, Scripps News, but we have a serious problem out to the west side of town. I told you about this crash, about an hour or so ago, just a little about 8:30 or so. We've had a report of a semi that was involved in a crash, a rollover crash out by near Ward Road and I-70. Well, we have a closure, official closure of the eastbound side, no official closure yet of the westbound side, and let me show you from Air Tracker 7 exactly what's going on out there right now. So we've had this crash. So what you're looking at here is the eastbound lanes of I-70. Here's Ward Road right here. They're doing that bridge reconstruction project here. But we have the semi that either lost control or some other kind of crash happened here and then rolled over, hit debris. You see these pipes. They're like those PVC, those big blue PVC pipes that they'd use for like water, underground water, that sort of thing. And so those spilled over and it hit the barrier, the center barrier here, and sent debris into the westbound lanes of I-70. Well, the traffic that was going westbound on I-70 hit that debris, whether it were those pipes or some of the pieces of concrete and other things that were coming off of that barrier. And then that caused a wreck on the westbound side. And there are serious injuries, if not worse here, reported on the westbound and eastbound side of I-70. So this investigation is going to take some time. We're talking about hours of I-70 restrictions. Now, I-70 is officially closed down right now. I know it's closed on the eastbound side. I can actually take you, we'll come back to this in just a second. Let me take you to the CDOT cameras. There's 4 different CDOT cameras, so you can see the backups right here. So the crash is way back there. Some of that traffic is coming on that eastbound side. But what I wanted to show you, and now the camera moved, but you're not seeing any more traffic on eastbound I-70 going past 32nd Avenue. That's where officially I-70 is now closed down. On the eastbound side, going from Golden towards Denver, that part is closed down right now. I can still see westbound traffic moving through there. So as I go back to the map right now, I'll show you a little closer view of what's going on, and then we'll get back to Air Tracker in just a second. So this is the westbound side. That is still open for now. Eastbound is closed back here at 32nd Avenue, and so we're not going to see any eastbound traffic for quite some time. Those folks are being sent down to 32nd Avenue, which really isn't designed to carry that much traffic. A lot of folks are using Youngfield to get to 44th and then try to get around it that way over to Kipling and back. The best option right now is really to use 6th Avenue. If you're anywhere on the west side of town, in Golden, off of I-70, this would be the best place for the highway to be closed down here at 6th Avenue and send folks all the way back into Denver that way. Colfax could be an option here for you, but I think 6th Avenue is the best way to get around it. So right now, the drive times, as you can see, on the westbound side, over an hour and a half. Also affecting I-76, trying to get out there right now. So we have very little information about how many people might be involved, how many people might be hurt, the seriousness of all the injuries that are involved in this serious crash out there. Let me take you again back to Air Tracker 7. And exactly what's going on. So there's that truck that rolled over, and here are those pipes that I talked about. And so we have investigators right now out there with not only CDOT, because we're on that bridge and on that construction, so they're going to have to check to make sure there's no damage to the roadway, no damage to the structure, so it's going to be safe for everybody to use it hours from now after the investigation is complete and the cleanup is complete. But you can see there's a lot of debris to go. There's a lot of investigation to happen here, and so we still have quite the scene to deal with out on I-70 again. And you can see one of the work trucks out here. Not sure if that person was involved or just helping out or what's there, but you can see really the violence of this crash and the scraping of how that semi was going across the roadway, and then all the debris that was just thrown into the westbound lanes of I-70, and then obviously caused crashes on the westbound side. So we'll keep you updated with this. We have it all right now on the Denver 7 app, online at denver7.com. You can keep up to date with exactly what's going on, how long it's going to be closed, and you could always check my Twitter X feed at Denver 7 Traffic, and I'll have details on there too of some of these detour routes, how to get around it, and of course the latest of the investigation as well. So of course we'll keep you posted right here on Denver 7 all morning, and then of course on Denver 7 News at 11 o'clock. We'll send it back to Scripps Programming here, Scripps News